Hello and welcome. So I'm back again with another new lesson, the second lesson of a supplementary textbook, The Adventure of Toto. So hope you're ready. Let's get started. Toto was a baby monkey and the writer's grandfather bought him from a Tunga driver for 5 rupees. Grandmother always got angry and complained when a new bird or animal was brought home. So the presence of Toto was kept a secret from her. Grandfather and the writer put Toto in a little closet. He was tied to a peg fastened into the wall. A few hours later, it was found that Toto had torn off the wallpaper and he pulled out the peg in the wall from its socket. He had also torn to pieces a writer's school blazer, and it was found he was a very mischievous monkey. So Toto was transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters. Grandfather's other pets also lived there, but the monkey didn't allow any of the pets to sleep at night. Grandfather had to leave Dehradun the next day to collect his pension there. He took Toto along with him. The monkey was put inside a big black kit bag, and Toto remained in the bag as far as Saranpur. But at the railway station, he poked his head out of the bag. He gave the ticket collector a wide grin. Toto was classified as a dog by the ticket collector, and he was charged 3 rupees as Toto's fare. The writer's grandmother finally accepted Toto. Now, Toto was given a home in the stable along with the family donkey Nana. Toto and Nana never became friends. Toto enjoyed the warm water bath during the cold winter evenings. One day, he got inside a large kitchen kettle. It had been left on the fire to boil water for tea. He would have boiled himself alive if grandmother had not come and pulled him out of the kettle. Toto always tore things to pieces. Whenever any of the writer's aunts went near him, he would try to get hold of her dress and tear it. One day, a large dish of pulao was kept in the center of the dining table. Toto began stuffing himself with the rice. And when the writer's grandmother screamed, Toto threw a plate at her. And when one of the writer's aunts rushed forward, Toto threw a glass of water in her face. He picked up the dish of pulao and went out through a window. And there he remained in the branches of a tree all afternoon, eating slowly the rice in the dish. He then threw the dish from the tree and enjoyed the delight when the dish broke into pieces. The writer's family could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. So grandfather sold Toto back to the Tunga driver for 3 rupees. So that's the story of the lesson, The Adventure of Toto. Let's have a quick recap of the summary of this lesson.
The story narrates the adventures that followed after the narrator's grandfather, who was an animal lover, bought Toto, a monkey. The story begins with grandfather buying Toto from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. Toto was pretty and looked so out of place that grandfather decided to add him to his private zoo. He was, however, afraid of grandmother, who did not like him bringing home as many pets as he liked. So the narrator and grandfather brought Toto home and decided to keep him a secret from grandmother. Toto was extremely mischievous. The narrator, at one point in the story, writes that if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. Toto, on his first day, ripped open the peg to which he was tied, shredded the narrator's blazer, and tore up the wallpaper that grandfather had chosen for the walls. Toto was then transferred to the servants' quarters where he lived with the other pets. Usually, most of grandfather's pets got along well with each other. However, Toto kept all of them awake at night. To prevent further such issues, grandfather decided to take Toto with him to Dehradun. However, the journey was not the one grandfather was expecting. He and Toto made it through most of the trip without any incident, but at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and scared the ticket collector. The ticket collector thought Toto was a dog and charged poor grandfather 3 rupees extra. Grandmother finally accepted Toto and gave him a comfortable home at the stable. His companion was their donkey, Nana. However, when grandfather came to the stable to make sure that Toto was comfortable, he saw poor Nana struggling because Toto had jumped on her head and bitten her ears. Toto loved the warm baths that grandmother prepared for him. It was a treat for him. He would expertly check the temperature of the water and then enter the bath 1 foot at a time. Then he would soak and soap himself. Once he almost boiled himself because he did not realize that the kettle was still on the fire. He was saved by grandmother, who pulled him out of the kettle just in time. One day, grandmother had made pulao. When everyone entered the dining room, they saw Toto sitting on the table, stuffing himself with rice. He threw a plate at grandmother, who had screamed at him. He also threw a glass of water at one of the narrator's aunts. Then Toto jumped out the window with the dish of pulao. He climbed all the way up the jackfruit tree and ate all the rice while everyone watched. Finally, to take revenge on grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down the tree and laughed when it broke into pieces. This incident made everyone, especially grandfather, realize that they could not keep Toto for long. He was becoming very expensive for them to keep because he kept destroying things. They could not keep replacing them all the time. So grandfather took Toto back to the Tonga driver, but he could only sell him back for 3 rupees.
I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you.